Okay, now welcome to this exercise in compound interest, and it might be of some use to anybody doing this decision maths as well, because there's algorithm involved. Now, Jenny invested the sum of £600 over n years, and the interest rate is compounded. The interest rate is 3% per annum, and is compounded over n years. And at the end of the nth year, she got or she was given £695.56. Now, our task is to find the value of n. Now, can I just say from the outset that I've got a flow chart on my next slide that will tend to explain what I'm saying here, and I hope you bear with me. Okay, now this is the formula for compound interest. We're trying to find n. Okay, we know what from previous slides. A is the amount you get at the end, p is what you invested, r is the interest rate per annum, and n is number of years. And to calculate 695.56, you do 600 into 1 plus 0.3 to the power n there. You can do this by using the log rule if you've done logs before, but you haven't done log, you might need to use your calculator, and for that there is an algorithm involved, and I should try and explain, but in my next slide I've done a flow chart to show this in a better light. Right, now you type in your 600 in your calculator, and then you press equal key and you press the ANS key. Now at this stage your 600 is stored in your ANS key, and you're still in your 0th year. Now you then press times 1.03, you press equal key. Now that will give you, the display will be the amount you've earned at the end of the first year. Okay, now you then say to yourself, is this the same as 695.56? If the answer is no, you go back on yourself and go back to this stage and press the equal key again, and then keep on going in a loop until you get 695.56. Now in my next slide I've used a flow chart to illustrate what I'm saying here, and I think that's much better than what's happening here. Okay, see you next slide. Okay, now here is the algorithm, and hopefully it's a sort of flow chart, and hopefully that will make more sense than what I did in the last slide. Now firstly you turn on your calculator, and then you type in the amount you invested, which is 600 in this case, and then you press the equal sign. Now at this stage you're still in your 0th year, and n is 0. Now if you go back to the formula for compound interest, if n is 0, anything to the power 0 is 1, so you do 1 times 600, so you're still with £600. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, so now you type in your you press the answer key, because at this stage what's happened here is that your £600 is now stored in the answer key memory. You then press times 1.03. okay, now the next display, and I press equal sign, the display you get will be the answer at the end of the first year. Now don't forget that at this stage, or now up to now, n is 0, but now n will be 0 plus 1. So at the end of the first year, your display will show what you earned at the end of the first year, and in this case it's going to be 618.00. Now you then ask yourself the question, is this amount of money, is 618.00 equal to 695.56? And if the answer, if it had been yes, it will have stopped there and n will be 1. But the answer is no, so you go back on yourself, you do a loop, okay, and then you type in, you press the equal sign key, and you get a display. Now your count will now be 1 plus 1, because originally n is 1. So now, having gone around the loop you count 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So at the end of the second year, what you get is that. You then ask yourself the question, that's the display. Is this amount of money the same as 69556? The answer is no. If you had been yes, it will have just stopped there and it will be 2. Then you continue on your loop. And then you press the equal sign again. Now, having pressed the equal sign, the count will now be 2 plus 1, which is 3. And then you get 655 and 64 pence. You then ask yourself, is this equal to 69556? The answer is no. You go back on yourself, you go back on the loop, okay, and then you press the equal sign again, and this time around n will be 3 plus 1, which is 4, so n will be 4, and then the display is 675 and 30. Now, is that equal to 69556? The answer is no. So you carry on your loop again, and then you press the equal sign. Now, count to be 4 plus 1, which is the fifth year. So the fifth year, it says 695 and 56. Now, that's your display on here. Okay? Now, is this equal to 695 and 56? The answer is yes. You stop. So n is now 5. And I hope all that made some sense. Please go back and check again if you're not happy with this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again sometime. Please subscribe. See you again sometime. Bye.